Yes, 348 Tennessee. Yeah, we got a copy on you. Yeah, we're talking on a Cobra 142. How's it making it?
Oh, it's crystal clear. It sounds real good over here, man. I'd take the knobs off of it so you didn't be tempted to monkey with it anymore.
Hey guys, it's Bruce over here at Be Cool Radios. Yep. Yeah, we ripped that face off and took off all them knobs. That's right, that's what we do. We strip these old radios down to the sheet metal to give them a cleaning inside and out. Hey, now what do you think of those meters? Remember I was talking about how good they look in white LEDs compared to the incandescents? Yeah, I think that's picking up pretty good there. You can see 9S units on the RF. Yeah, this guy, we got our the first pass basic tune-up, and we're going to go over that real quick. And we'll talk about a few more things, what we discovered on this, and you might have guessed, since it looks so pristine and from 1976, this radio is a 100% stock. The PLL has not been monkeyed with. The clarifier is still intact. It's all adjustable back here. That's the TX offset. Yeah, this is 100% stock radio. Now, I get a lot of you folks that tell me, keep it stock, keep it stock. Well, come on, try to explain that to me again, okay? Because I just don't like keeping it stock. For one, the clarifier. The FCC made CB radios lock the TX clarifier to the main board. So the TX offset is actually adjusted back here. You have no access to it and don't know where it's at. Yeah, that to me seems terrible. If the RX and TX are tied together, wherever the RX slides, the TX slides. And you just find where the center frequency, and voila, you're there. Let everybody else worry about it. So that's one rule I don't like. And you know, these guys do have PA switches, and that seems silly to me too, a PA. So why not use one of these buttons for an extra high bank of 40 to get you 40 channels above the standard 40, right? Up to channel 80. So that's a simple. I like to keep it simple. I don't like a lot of channels because that just gets confusing, right? Okay, so we're gonna show you some of the results here and let you know what I think about all this. Really, you guys let me know too, okay? Alright, stay tuned the rest of this video. Alright, in this part, I'm going to show you some of the work we did on this Robin. But yeah, let's take a look at the Simba real quick. What do you guys think of these Simba radios? You know, I keep my eye out for them. I snag them on when I can. In fact, looks like I snagged one from Boat Anchor. Hey, appreciate the radio? Yeah, if you want, you haven't shipped that out yet, go ahead and pull that clock, because I'm not going to need it. Because over here at Be Cool Radios, we just don't like to keep them stock. Yeah, these guys are a little different animal. The clarifier is actually a capacitor, and you know, the RX and TX do slide. So, you know, this was old school FCC before they clamped down on that. Well, check this out though. I'm going to turn it on for you. We'll talk about these radios. Because you know, Be Cool Radios, I like to show off all the rigs I have. You know, all the radios you see, yeah, they can find a home for somebody, you know. Yeah, they're a little spendy, but that's because of the work I do, right? Alright, let's turn this guy on and see what we got. Hey, 23 channel with a frequency counter. That's not stock. Come on, put the clock back in there. 274050. Well, you know what that is. That's channel 40. Wait a minute, I thought this was a channel 23 channel radio. Yeah, that's because this first crystal 1 through 4 was changed over, so it's now 36 through 40, I believe. Yeah, so you gotta have 36 through 40 to talk on sideband, and that's what this radio has. Right, there's 38, 37, 36. So So that's pretty cool, huh? And yeah, you can't see these very good. They're kind of bluish, but they have white meters in these, so why not? My camera sucks at picking up blue, but yeah, I like the blue meters in these ones with the white meters already. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So, yeah, these are a Simba. Now, for all of you collectors, keep your eyes out, because there is a Simba 2 that had a PLL 40 channel chassis in it, right? So they're out there, they're hard to find. If you find one, let me know. Yeah, because a 40 channel Simba stock, I'm really in the market for one of those. And same thing as those what were they, Gladiator, Centurion Gladiator mobile radios. They came in a PLL version 2 with 40 channels, so I'm looking to get one of those. So yeah, I like to monkey around, that's for sure, but I like having a frequency counter instead of a clock. I really do. Now check out this radio, guys. See if we can get the light in there off of there. This is a Superstar 4900 Bravo. See this guy? Ever seen these? You don't see many of them. And on top of that, you don't see many working ones. They're almost all blown up, and I'll tell you why. Here, let's turn this guy on. Hello, kitty. Alright, there we are, 27405. You see this got this like digital analog meter thing going on there. And here's the clue on why these radios are really easy to blow up. I'm going to say that. It's this. The microphone. Check out this microphone. Superstar. Program 1, 2, 3, memory 1, 0. Yeah, you see they're trying to do some stuff with this mic, and this is a up-down kind of thing, right? But they didn't implement it very good. There's actually 12 volts on this plug right here. Yeah, they wired up 12 volts to this. And it's not the same wiring as an RCI. So what people do is go, well, it looks like an RCI plug. I'll just plug my RCA mic in there. Nope, 12 volts is one of those pins, and you key it up and it goes right to the CPU of this guy, because it's computer controlled. And pop. You know why they did that? So anybody has one of these radios, this is what I say. Never take out the mic. Leave that thing screwed in. Don't remove the mic, because you'll lose it, and then somebody will be tempted to plug in the wrong mic and just to try it, and no, pop, it goes. Better yet, it's better open it up, find out what the 12 volt wire is, and just snip it off. Stupid mics. You don't want to control shit from the mic, especially if it's going to blow up the radio. Okay, yeah, there you go. Be Cool's been talking his head off. What's going on? Yeah, I just went camping, so I'm in a good mood. I was out in the rain, staying dry, but it was pretty cold, about 40 degrees up here in the Pacific Northwest camping. But we love it. All right, back to the Robin. Yeah, I like those white LEDs and those meters, and they really pop good. See there, the channel meter's reading back, right? Yeah, we had to put some deoxit in this switch over here and cycle it through like, I don't know, 200 times to get those switch contacts cleaned up and ready to go. Let's see what else I can show you over here. Yeah, you remember the capacitor back there? We swapped out that capacitor. Yeah, it checked out fine on my meter. So, like I said, this radio's really low hours. What other one did we switch out? We switched out the PLL capacitor on the main board. Yeah, that's for the 8 volt rail. So you want that capacitor to be solid. That's going to keep your stability there. And over here, see that pesky C179? And it used to be blue. Well, now it's kind of a yellow. Yeah, those caps, that's mandatory for every radio with a D858 chip. C179's got to get replaced. Alright, what else did we replace? Yeah, a couple down here. Yeah, again, I checked that. Remember, it looked like some of the plastic was coming off, but really, I checked that cap. They were both great, but since I was there, I just put some couple new ones in. And then check out the power supply cap here. Yeah, this smaller one doesn't usually suffer so much, but it still deals with the heat in there, right? But check out this monster. Yeah, you know, new caps are usually small, right? They don't quite fit in these holes, and you know, they look a little wimpy, right? Well, I make sure I find these computer grade, high quality, high temperature capacitors that can handle the heat and are just built a little bit better. Yeah, they cost maybe 50 cents more. Come on. You know, that's what it's all about. If you're buying 1 million of them, yeah, that adds up. But no, you need a good quality capacitor. Usually you can tell them by this. They're not leads. They're kind of, you know, those pins are actually designed that way to keep pressure in the board while it gets soldered. So, yeah, those are always the high quality caps. And this one here, the original cap, yeah, it checked out fine. So, it's rated to 85. Most new capacitors are rated to 105 C. Okay, anything else we replaced back here? Not much. I have not channel modded this or unlocked the clarifier. The clarifier is still locked, but we'll probably unlock that and add some channels. What do you think? Give me some comments. And again, hey, if you're new to this channel, Be Cool Radios over here in Seattle, you know, we get these radios, restore them, get them back up to snuff, add some channels maybe, unlock the clarifier, and get you a working radio that you can shoot some skip. Because right now the sunspot is peaking. We're at sunspot peak in 2025. So these little radios can talk around the world. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go over this a little bit. You guys maybe saw the as found testing on this, right? Right now I got my probe hooked up to here. We're going to show you how this works. Alright, so basically how this works is, you can see there I'm changing the clarifier a little bit. You have to get these lined up. So 2050, that's channel 40 AM. Now if I switch it to upper sideband, there's 75. See that? And if we switch it over to lower sideband, that should be a 25. Alright, there's the 25. So the offsets are pretty much there. And these guys, because the TX is still locked to the motherboard, you have to adjust this guy down here for the TX offset. So what I do is I look at this counter and then I key the mic. Oh, let's turn that down. We don't need the feedback right now. Okay. I key the mic and then I adjust that potentiometer back here so the RX and TX match on lower sideband. And then later on when I do the second IFs, they'll just line right up and everything will be perfect. Okay, so that's one of the tricks. You first got to get the first IF lined up, and once that is pretty well set, the hard part's over with. Okay, let's see. You saw the sensitivity of this radio was a little weak, right? So let's see what we got here. And we'll switch this on. Let's see here. Channel 40. Let's go to lower sideband. Okay, there we go. You can see there's a good 9S units. And I got 100 microvolts coming out of my SIGGEN. Okay, turn this down a little bit. We're going to lower this signal though. You'll see that signal come down. Okay, AGC's kicking in there a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can bring her down some more. Okay. There's 0.4. That's good. There's 0.2. Pretty, it's getting a little weak, but it's still there. And let's see if this can pull off 0.1. A lot of radios, yeah, that's where they just drop out. Alright, there's 0.1. It's barely there, but yeah, it's pulling off 0.1, so that's very good. So we got the sensitivity on this receiver much better. The AM swing is now twice the power, and sideband swings real easy up to about 16 watts on this. Okay, so yeah, so again, hopefully you've seen all the videos and what Be Cool does to these radios to get them up to snuff for you guys. Yeah, good thing I enjoy this, right? I'm good with my hands, and you know, I know these things inside and out. Electronics is just in my blood. Alright guys? Alright. Next video you'll see the knobs back on. And that beautiful face. Yeah, we'll make that thing sparkle before we slap it back on. We'll probably add some channels to a button down here and definitely unlock the clarifier. But if there's somebody out there that wants this radio, yeah, it's going to sell for about 450 bucks. On eBay, that's what I gotta sell them for. Maybe direct, I'll sell it for like 400 bucks. So if this is something you want, let me know right now, and I'll customize this to your needs. Do you want to keep it stock? Some people, that's a thing, right? You want it stock? Tell me. But I'm happy. I'll unlock this clarifier and put some extra channels on there. I think it's a much better, more complete radio. Okay, let me know. 73s, Be Cool Radio. Gotta love these old time radios. Keep them going, right? Shoot some skip all over the world. 73s. Bruce, Seattle.